Yo, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be explaining the basics of scalping new pairs, which is a great way to build up your Solana meme coin portfolio from, maybe a couple SOL or like less than one SOL to maybe, 5, 10, 20 Solana portfolio, right? I personally think right now, especially in the market, that, new pairs in the soon tab is probably the best place to be if you're patient. I'm going to go into more detail on that when I explain it. But I do recommend, learning new pairs, even if you're not going to be trading new pairs, understanding, how to make some money, scalping new pairs in this market is really important. Because it basically will just teach you the basics on what coins run and why certain coins run, which is obviously the whole basis to trading, meme coins, right? So, just to get in, or just to start, right? I use Terminal. It's the best trading platform out right now. I'll leave a link in the description. They have a wallet tracker, which is what I use for most of my cooks. They have a free Twitter tracker. They give cash back, so the more you trade, you get money for trading, literally just using the platform, and they have alpha calls, all sorts of stuff. Check it out. Top link in the description. So, as you can see, I have an account with about 3.5 SOL. I just loaded up this amount of SOL in my wallet today, and I'm gonna try to run this up over the next couple of days. I know a lot of people ask, how much SOL should I start with? I would say that if you can, 3 SOL is probably a good amount. I would say 1 SOL if you're more experienced. Obviously the more the better. But if you're new, I wouldn't put any more than 1 SOL because you don't want to lose too much. But if you're more experienced, like I said, a little more than 1 would be nice. You can run it up with less than 1 SOL. The reason why I'm making this video on new pairs is because it's easier to run small amounts up on new pairs than the migrated tab, because you can get in a lot earlier, so you can get, earlier entries, which make you make more money easier and quicker. So new pairs is dangerous. Okay, I'm sure you guys know. The reason being is coins can go to 0 instantly. You might fall into bundles and traps. So I'm going to be explaining how to kind of catch bundles. So what we're doing on new pairs, we're trying to find coins like this, or this, or this, coins that go to the soon tab, or even migrate, if we're really lucky. I shouldn't say lucky because it's really skill, but and just buy them basically down here in this range and scalp, which means that we're selling quick. So we sit here and we watch this new tab. Okay, so I'm gonna go over my filters. These are the filters that I recommend you have. I have some excluded keywords because there's just some coins that come up that are just scam coins. But I recommend having Pump Fund Launchpad, Bonk Launchpad, and you can have Believe, Bags, and Heaven, but mainly Pump Fund, and maybe Bonk. But that's about it. I don't have any other filters on. I would just keep it pretty clean because you want to see everything. Now we want to find coins that have volume. So you can look at the market cap here. Now, basically what I do personally is I see here, I'll look at the narratives, obviously, look at the picture, look at the ticker. Now I'm looking for, eye-catching pictures and eye-catching tickers, clean tickers that aren't like, just a bunch of random letters, that kind of like look nice, that are easy to shill on, Twitter or things like that. And I'm seeing the market cap, and if I see the market cap start to go up, I see volume in the coin, so I click on it, right? I'll click on it, open the chart, right? This one didn't have any volume, but I'm just saying. And then I would go, let's say this one, because it has links. Obviously there's no volume, but I click on it. I go to the links, I click on the Twitter, I'd see, what the narrative is, if there's a community or a Twitter account or a post, whatever the narrative is about. So this one seems like it got some motion. So basically, obviously, if I'm looking at new pairs and this comes out and I see it catch volume, I also have wallets buying it too, which is obviously a plus. So I see it here and I'm at new pairs. I'll click on it, I'll hover over this. It looks like it's a PFP cult, which is good when it comes to meme coins. A lot of PFP cults run because it's a lot of people like cult-like community narratives, because it brings a lot of people together so they can push the coin. And then I would preferably like to buy on the dev cell or some sort of red, so I could buy here off the Rat Wizard cell, or I could buy here in the dev cell, or even just buy up here, and I would, I can get in around here 5k, maybe 8k, maybe even 10k, if I want to be more confident. I could sell on these wicks for really good profit. You buy at 10k right here on this red, within a couple seconds, you're up 150%. You buy, 0.5. What is that? Now you're up a soul, right? That's pretty crazy. Or I think you're up, yeah, you're up like a soul right there, which is pretty crazy. This is how you build up your port, just taking quick P. You're not holding for, 100x, even a 10x, even a 5x. You're just holding for decent profit. So, we see there's a community attached, which is obviously positive. Basically finding either funny coins that just make you laugh, that have never been done before. You can look by searching here if coins have been done before, or something that you can tell is going to go viral. So it's new news that is going to go on the very viral all over Twitter. It's gonna get a lot of attention because we're trading attention-based markets, or some sort of cult-like coin that's gonna bring a lot of people together. Those are like the three things I think are important. So funny, future, like will get a lot of attention in the near future, or a cult-like coin. And obviously, if you can tell that certain coins might have certain catalysts that can come out soon, which would make the coin go higher when more people see it. It's obviously a plus two. Basically, that's what we're looking for. It's kind of our checklist for new pairs. In this market, it's pretty slow. So maybe a couple months ago, you'd be buying a lot more new pairs because there'd be a lot more volume. But right now, I recommend staying extremely patient and only bidding things you're very confident in. Don't be gambling on any new pairs. And you might fall into that trap, clicking on random coins and just buying it because you see volume, not really believing in the coin. Okay, just be patient. Wait for narratives that you understand, that you have a reason to buy. You have a reason for you to think that the coin's going to go higher, and then buy on a quality entry and early and scalp your profit, guys. Right? It's pretty easy. Now, like I said, I want to tell you guys how to identify bundles or scam coins. So, certain coins you could see get wicked instantly, right? So this one is like kind of a bundle. I mean, this is obviously a cup C buy that launched it up, but you'll see some coins that are just one green candle straight up to 10K or 20K, right? That's usually a bundle unless it's a Twitter tracker play and people are just sniping the tweet because they see it. But if it's not a Twitter tracker play, then it is bundled if it's just a one green candle straight up to like 10, 15, 20K or even higher sometimes. Right? And those are the ones that, they can run like in this market. Just because you see a bundle or hear a bundle doesn't mean it's instantly something you stay away from, because some bundles are nice and respectful bundles and they're not going to nuke the chart, but some will. So I would stay away from those if you're new. But if you're a beginner and you understand what good narratives are, if you think a coin is really, really good, even if it's bundled, it's still probably worth a buy. But just make, that's one way to identify bundles. Also, you can identify bundles. I could see this is a coin here by like, not natural, like, price action, right? This is kind of, no, not really a bundle, but also fees. So if it's super low fees, right, compared to the market cap, it's obviously a big chart. But it was just moving like super like weird. It's just something you'll like notice the more you trade. You'll notice some charts like very weird compared to others. Just stay away from any charts that, look weird and look off. It's most likely a bundle. It's better to stay safe in this market, right? That's basically it for trading new pairs. I know I didn't give you a direct strategy because there really isn't many in this market for new pairs. Just basically identifying good coins. Make sure it's a funny coin, it's new, so it hasn't really been done before. It's gonna get lots of attention if it's like a big news thing, a big story in the news, or it's some cult-like narrative that's gonna bring a lot of people together. And if there's future catalysts, right, possible future catalysts for the coin. That's basically what it is. And you can find these just by basically only looking at coins with volume, by looking at the market cap. I can see that this one's getting a lot of buys and click on it. This is bundled, okay? So it's just one straight candle up to 70K and it doesn't move, it goes straight down. So obviously it's not sniped it by real traders, because if it was that, like if it was real traders sniping it up from 0 to 16K, you'd assume there'd be a little more people buying it, but just goes nothing. It's just an obvious bundle. Obviously, you're not going to buy it, right? It's pretty simple. Now, new pairs is something that you get better at the more you trade. So if you're new, put in very low amounts of SOL, trade with 0.1 or less than 0.1 just to get the feel of it. Then you can start with a couple SOL, start to build up, right? In this market, I think new pairs and the soon tab is the best to build up. So if you have any questions, guys, on the strategy, you can let me know in the comments of the video. I have a free Telegram I recommend joining as well. I give out free calls, and I have a how to start guide. So if you're new and you want a super in-depth video on how to start with everything meme coins, click this in my Telegram. It's all free. Read it. You will, learn a lot about meme coins, guys, and how to start trading. And I also a terminal link in the description. It's the best trading platform by far. They have every bit of, every tool you'll ever need. It's the fastest, right? So use that the link in the description, or top link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. You can message me on Telegram if you have any questions or the comments of this video. Like and sub, always appreciated, not necessary, and peace out.